This is certainly a scary time for Florida residents, so scary that some might even be reconsidering calling Florida home. So let's turn our attention to Florida's real estate market. Will Irma scare people away forever, both those that currently live there and those that want to? Samantha DeBianchi is founder and realtor at DeBianchi Real Estate. It's nice to see you, Samantha. Can you just walk us through what are people on the ground there saying now?
Sure. Well, let me start by saying this, because there's a very strong statistic here. Canadians have spent a record amount of money in the United States over the past year, about $19 billion. Their average price point has gone up over $550,000. So take that into consideration and know that most of that money has been poured into South Florida, but South Florida.
Right.
And hurricanes this isn't news. You know, we get hurricanes here. As far as what's happening right now, you know, there's definitely a lot of people out of power. I believe the last news that I heard was 6 million people are out of power. There's trees down. There is some flooding. But you have to remember, we rebuild better than we build, and we also build with strong materials, hurricane impact windows, doors. We have everything to be ready for storms and natural disasters like this.
Right. And I guess, though, the larger debate is what we read, you know, looking down at Florida and visiting Florida ourselves, is that sea levels are rising, that the frequency and strength of storms like this are increasing. Do you ever foresee a scenario where people will be like, you know what, it's a beautiful coastline, but maybe I shouldn't buy there? Will there always be a market?
You know, there's definitely going to be a percentage of people that have that in their minds and say, you know what, I don't want to risk it. But again, look at the islands. Look at California. California has earthquakes. Look at Texas. Texas has hurricanes as well. There's tornadoes. The world could end. You know, there's a lot of possibilities out there. But again, you have to remember that with all of these natural disasters come better products, better finishes, better designs, and better builds to withstand situations like these.
Well, and we certainly saw that after Andrew, and a lot of sort of regulatory approval and a lot of the process about building was changed to better protect that coastline. And I think we saw some evidence of that over the course of the weekend. Are people there talking about what impact this hurricane will have in terms of where do we go from here? What are the new sort of generation of regulations that will come in?
Of course. I think the regulations are going to be higher and stronger. I think a lot of people who maybe had shutters instead of impact windows are going to upgrade. I think a lot of people are going to be renovating. I think a lot of people are going to go buy generators. So with that, if we talk about price points, I do feel that prices might be going up because the people that have these impact windows, have all of these upgrades to their properties, they're going to be selling for a premium because, if you come down here and you say, well, do you want the place that doesn't have the impact windows or do you want the place that has the impact windows and is more hurricane ready? You're going to probably opt for the higher priced one. Or let's say you don't have impact windows, you might want to keep your place, upgrade, spend that money to get, the additional materials and finishes, and then you can also, again, sell for a premium. So when people ask, well, are there going to be fire sales? I don't necessarily think so. I think they're going to be stable or possibly even more.
Well, I was just about to ask that. Do you expect to see, let's go through, sort of the short term, the next couple of months, do you expect to see a slowdown and then things pick back up? Walk me through maybe the next 6 months, what you expect real estate activity and sales listings to look like.
Summer here generally is slow. I've been slammed. And I have my clients who, they have property under contract with me that they're purchasing. And, they just ask simple questions. I've been texting with them all day. It's, hey, what does it look like? What's going on here? They're not necessarily scared because, again, this is what comes with Florida, with South Florida. You know that there's a risk, but you also know that they're building these single-family homes, condos, whatever it may be, with very strong materials. And I know I keep saying that, but again, I just want to emphasize that there's something behind all of this. It's not just sticks and stones and a storm will blow us over. I do think that we still will have people buying here, and I do think that our market, it's already been strong. And I think that buyers will still be here buying.
Well, I tell you what, let's check back in again in 4 months and see where we're all at, because it'll be fascinating to see what has actually played itself out in the market. Sam, thanks for this.
Thank you.
Samantha DeBianchi is founder and realtor at DeBianchi Real Estate.